right, guys, I'm in Moreno Valley. I'm in SoCal. We're just throwing a bunch of stuff in this video, man, because we're not set in stone to what we're doing today because I just arrived. But Slimeball said he has this new spot he just found. Locos burritos with flames at the end, and I don't know, it might burn my butthole a little bit, but he claims it's pretty bomb, so let's see what it's about. Hey. Okay, real quick, what was this? Triple threat. Triple threat, and it has what? Shrimp, asada, and barbacoa. Dude, look how fat this thing is, dude. We're about to give it a shot right now. He already took like, he already deep throated that.
Hey, bro, I'm telling you, take a bite out of it.
All right, we're gonna hit it. Oh, and I got the guac sauce. Loco burrito, guys. I'm already tired, right? And now I feel like this giant burrito is gonna put me into like a deep food coma. I'm literally like raising my brows up just to keep my eyes open. The burrito was pretty damn good. It was like triple threat. It had carne asada, shrimp, and it had chicken, but Slimeball had substituted chicken for some other meat, which was fire. It was juicy, no diddy. And when you stand it upright to eat it, no diddy, all the juices of that meat collects at the bottom, and then the bottom was like the best part. I thought I was recording, but I didn't. But there was also somebody sitting across from me, so a little respect. I didn't want to record them. Yeah, anyways, right now we're currently at the Honda dealership because Slime Beezy is picking up parts for his car when it comes back from paint tomorrow. And he's just like, we've been running around all day getting oil, brake cleaner, fluids, and just stuff for his car and his brother's car. I'm not sure what we're going to get into today. I think this might be the last errand we're running right now. Then when we get back to the pad, we're going to assess Dwayne's wagon, which is the old Busy Motors wagon. If you guys haven't caught it with Slimeball's channel, they have been doing a lot of work to that car to get it ready for the Honda meet, which is in a couple of days for us. And I'm actually here to help them finish the wagon, get it running, because they plan to drive it. And when Slimeball car come back tomorrow, the all-wheel drive EK sedan, we're gonna go full force on getting that car done, hopefully for the Honda meet as well, or at least fully assembled, because the car's gonna be on the trailer anyways. The wagon's gonna be driven, so that's why I'm here in SoCal. And hopefully in the next couple of videos, I don't know how many videos I'm gonna make here, but in the next couple of updates, we're gonna get cracking down on both those cars and hopefully get both of those cars running so we can all roll in together. The wagon, I think I'll talk about my wagon a little bit at the end of the video, because it performed a lot better than I thought. And I didn't really expect the situation with the axle, but I'll talk to you guys about the wagon when we wind down for the rest of the night. All right, guys, so we're back at the pad, and we're trying to get some work done to Dwayne's car, right? Dwayne The Rock Johnson, in case you guys didn't know. Right now, I don't know where everything is at. I am still assessing and looking at the engine bay to see what's missing and what needs to be done. There's still a lot of stuff, a lot of little stuff. A lot of it's fabrication too. Radiator, lower radiator support, fill neck, because his radiator does have AN fittings. This one's a track tough barb style, so just a little fabrication here and there. I had sold him an engine harness that I had, which was my spare, and I figured while I'm here and I have all my soldering iron and everything, I'm gonna clean up the engine harness. It is a factory one. It's gonna be factory loom, but I'm removing a lot of the unnecessary clips and stuff to make it sleek and cleaner. And I also do need to wire in the injectors, because this one had all the injectors cut out. He is running your Alpha 1000s, but for right now we're gonna run the stock ones, which I brought, which was the stock one out of that car, and I have the plugs for the stock one, which I need to solder into this guy. But realistically, I'm just gonna clean this up, and then he's gonna go ahead and fidget and figure out what all he can do in between here, because when his car comes back from paint tomorrow, tomorrow-ish, he's gonna get cracking down on his car. So my attention is gonna be on this car, and while we have today the car still in the garage, we're trying to knock out as much as possible. Because once your car comes back, it's literally like, well, technically it's not a shell. It just got painted. It's a shell body wise, but engine, everything is all done.
Yeah, it has full interior. Basically, it has 80% of the interior, 90% of the interior.
Yeah.
And basically, it's just really been. It's just got painted.
Yeah.
It's just
so
time for me to put it together.
Yeah, so you get back on Wednesday. The show's on Sunday, which gives you 4 days to put the whole entire car back together. So, yeah, anyways, I'm going to get cracking on that. I'm probably put you guys on the laps, and then Slimeball, I'll give you guys some update, whatever he ends up doing here in the bay. But I can tell you right now, man, once you get the harness done, there's a lot to do that I want to knock out tonight, I think. All right, guys, so we've been kind of like bullshitting around and just, you know, we're just vibing out. Me and Slimeball is here just today. His brother's gonna come by the weekend. We're probably gonna throw a barbecue on the weekend as well too, so we're gonna have more people. But right now it's just me and him, and he's doing work on the throttle cable bracket and stuff. He's got an idea he cut and he's about to weld it. I'll show you guys when he finished that. I finished up the harness, so the harness right here is all re-loomed. This is an RSX 5-speed that I had as a spare harness that I sold him, and I did some mods to it. So I did all of the injector plugs right here, 1, 2, 3 blue, and then the black one is the original one that wasn't cut, so I didn't touch it. I repaired one of these wires for the ETC, and another thing too is that this is a K20 harness, which uses a K20 crank sensor, and this engine in the car is a K24. If you guys don't know, the sensors are a little bit different as far as the tab goes, and also the plug itself. So I modified the K20 crank sensor plug right here. I swapped the 3 wires around, and then I cut the little tabs off the sensor itself for the plug of the K20 to plug in. You guys can do a little research and understand what I'm talking about right there. I took off all the loom, the plastic pieces and stuff that are big and bulky, and just loomed everything up nice and clean. Fresh harness, no grease, and this thing is ready to go on. I modified the charge harness. I took the wires out of the factory RSX charge harness, which you guys can see the terminals right there, and I took the alternator charge harness from the RSX charge harness and wired that separately, which is, where is it at? I actually loomed it up nice and clean too right here. So this is for the alternator. It's a separate piece. If it's a stock harness, if it's like an aftermarket harness, it's built into the harness. So this one's disconnectable, and using the factory RSX charge harness, I'm going to build the charge harness for the alternator to the starter, which I'm going to use one of these guys right here, get the length that I need, terminate it with some terminals and that big old clamp. And then this one right here is going to be the one for the starter to run into the car to the fuse box, which is under the dashboard. So I'm leaving this one nice and long, but I am going to terminate it for a 12 mil on the opposite side, because the fuse box is like a little tiny 8 mil screw, and then to the starter is a 12. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to loom this one up as well too with some extra mesh loom, and then we're going to get these guys put back into the car. Charge harness.
All right, cool.
Loomed,
yeah, just let me know.
and done.
I'll hit you up like at 12 or 1 and that's you.
He found a solution for the throttle cable bracket, and he modified the Skunk 2 one to make it work with the Civic Wagon throttle cable. So I'll show you guys that when it's all done and installed. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson decided he wanted to pull up tonight. What time is it, man? What time is it?
9:49.
9:49. So he decided to pull up real quick. He just got off of work.
Yeah.
Just got off of work, and he just threw the new valve cover gasket and grommet onto the valve cover, so it is now fully secured. And now that he's got that installed, You have the spark plugs already in here?
Yeah, they're already in there.
The spark plugs are already in here, so the coil pack can get secured, which means we can put the harness on, because the harness goes over the valve cover to the coil packs. And you know, I want to start buttoning up like the engine harness, route it into the car, clean it up, or route it cleanly, charge harness as well too. And we're gonna run the charge harness from the starter to the alternator, but just sitting there because the alternator is not on it just yet. I know it's a little darker now because you know, the light's over there. The other one, you got to hook it all up. I mean, we're not going to spend too much time tonight. You know, a lot of work. We're just going to do what we can right now, and then probably pick up with you guys again tomorrow or something.
Over there.
Oh, I forgot too. I'm going to be swapping out the OEM injectors just to get a base map going for it, so we don't have to sit here and try to dial in the dead times for the Alpha 1000s. The Alphas are in here already, so we're just going to go ahead and twist them out, so that way you don't mess up the O-ring. There we go. So when you buy a fuel rail from like secondhand or something, a lot of times they don't give you the hardware, right? So the K-Series fuel rail has usually a spacer that goes in between right here for the bolt. And K-Tune, they come with like variety of little spacers, and you got to find the one that's going to fit, you know, whatever size injector, whatever the gap ends up being between your rail and the manifold, right? The thing about those individual spacers, or if you use a bunch of washers, is, you know, like you got to take it apart or whatever. You're at the dyno, you're at the track, you take the injectors off, you lose one of those spacers, now you're scrambling around. So what one of my friends told me was, instead of using a bunch of spacers, go to the parts store and grab yourself aluminum or steel tube right here, and just measure out the length that you need as far as the spacer goes and cut it out. So that way, you know what I'm saying, like when you take it apart, you lose that spacer, you're only looking for just that one spacer and not whatever size you use to make up for the gap between the rail and the intake manifold. So he already measured out. He's going to cut 2 of those. He already found hardware, and the fuel rail is going to be secured with the stock injectors installed. We'll be headed down to SoCal. I don't care that it has a little peel to it. When I come back, we can take care of it, but dude. So Andy is serving up some, what'd you make last night?
Some Cajun chicken Alfredo with, we got tomatoes right here, and well as bell peppers.
And you already know, man, if there's leftover in the pot, that is the next day's meal. So this was pretty fire yesterday, and because we're about to take off right now to go drop off some parts with Brian, figured just grab a little bite since I woke up late, and I'm still putting on my pants right now. Let me go by myself real quick. So we're out here at the painter's shop, and I'm gonna give you guys a quick little glimpse of Slimeball's car, which I'm gonna save its own video. It's coming home tomorrow, but we're here now to drop off the glass and the molding and everything, because they're gonna be putting it on as well. His bumper's over there, and I'm gonna show you guys this real quick, give you guys a look on the cut and polish work that these guys put in. Dude, I'll give you guys a full breakdown on this car when it comes home tomorrow, but Slimeball's car is finally painted from the last time you guys saw it last year. This shit is fire in person. Damn, guys, this is what I need right here. So sick. The Mugen front lip right here that belonged on my cousin's 4-door. Sold it to Brian last year. Dude, this thing is so fire. Check it out.
And there's still a lot of paint left too, huh?
Yeah, you got the whatever left right there, bro.
Damn. Wet.
You're not even gonna use that much to paint the skirts. I'll probably gonna put the rest of it, whatever you want to use later.
Before we take off, I want to show you guys Edgar's collection. Right hand drive, pretty sick. But this is what I want right here. This is a real kooky S14 right hand drive Sylvia. It is a base, he said, but I don't even care, dude. If I get one just like this, definitely unlock one of my dream cars. It's hard to film like this because the sun behind me makes the front view dark. So Right now, Brian just took his daughter to dance practice, and I just got the car jacked up, and we're gonna be working with the lower radiator support because this one was chopped out. If you guys remember my car, I made a removable like lower support, and we're gonna be mounting the radiator on that. This G Plus radiator is really good for us turbo guys. You can get it on eBay for a really good price, but we're gonna be using this on the wagon, and it doesn't fit standing upright. Granted, the manifold throttle body setup, and also because it is a 3-row, but we're gonna try to modify the radiator just for the time being because he is gonna get a Sirocco style, which is the one I have in my wagon, my sedan, and also Brian's ZK, and it works really well. So because the radiator is still far out, the show is gonna come up first. We're gonna modify that to fit in here. Right now I'm gonna remove the old traction bar, which utilizes the OEM radius rods, which are these guys right here. We're gonna switch over to a max peaking rod unit right there and throw that one on, adjust the caster and everything accordingly, and that will kind of give us an idea on how low or tight or how far in or out we can make our lower support. So let's go ahead and pop this thing off real quick.
We have a little girl here.
Let me tell you guys what, of all the max peen rod traction bar I've ever ran, this one right here threads in really freaking smooth. Okay, make an improvement. I dig it. All right guys, so we have the max peen rod traction bar installed and the radius rod all fully tightened down. I did take measurements of the sway bar to the chassis, so that way when I put this one on, I can adjust the Heim joint to make sure that the distance is the same. In case he doesn't make it to the alignment shop, at least it was close enough spec to the last traction bar caster setup. So now I gotta brainstorm the lower radius support section now that we have the bar set into place. Got the radiator all blocked off, all the ports and holes that we're not going to be needing anymore. And I actually kind of messed up a little bit because I didn't have this fully tightened down on the clamp. So when I was welding close to the fins to block off the ends, the radiator actually tilted forward and I burnt through the fins itself. So I had to cut the fins to weld it up completely so that it's not going to leak. I did it on both sides right there. You can see a little half-inch cut that I did. And I just added some legs right here in the bottom, right? Because we are turning the radiator sideways, right? So before I weld this cap up right here, I want to test fit everything and make sure it's all good and dandy. I already got it prepped right there. That's going to go on the top, and well, it's going to go on this top, and it's just going to give it a little bit better look than just the raw fins. So right now I'm gonna let Slimeball do the half shaft and everything underneath the car, and then I'm going to I think what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna make the tabs for the radiator off the traction bar just to kind of cut the time down. And I've actually done this on the white all-wheel drive EJ8 that I did a couple of videos ago. I welded the radiator and the intercooler bracket to the traction bar, which will work perfectly fine. We'll build, you know, later down the road if it's necessary, we'll build that front lower cross member for the radiator then for the new radiator setup. This is just temporary, so that's what we're gonna do. So once he's done with that, we'll make some legs and brackets, drill some holes out, use these grommets, and you know, we'll figure out the inlets and outlet of the radiator and the fill neck. All right, guys, so I just want to give you guys an update real quick, and I think we're gonna wrap it up for tonight because of how late it is, and with the inconvenience and some of the tools and stuff that we don't have that we need to get tomorrow. But right now it is currently 11:31, right? And if it was my house, I'd still be, you know, cracking down on the cars, whatever it is. But because we're at Slimeball's, you know, the neighborhood, if you guys follow his channel, HOA problems, and also kids are sleeping for school tomorrow, so I don't want to make too much noise. And we've already made good, steady progress on the car. And because this car is not a build to my channel, I'm not showing you guys all the little nooks and crannies, tips and tricks and all that like I usually do. I'm just here to help out Dwayne with the wagon, and also the homie Slimeball with his EK. And if you guys want to see a full breakdown of these builds and everything that went into it, you can go follow Slimeball on his page. I'll put the link in the description below. But I ran out of time as far as, you know, what I was trying to do, and regardless, we're moving forward. So the radiator itself is right here, and it's ready to get mocked up and, you know, pegged up so we can set the radiator in place, so we can figure out the mounting for the top section of it, because this is the two in the bottom with the little pegs. But we were making the brackets for the bottom, which I've already cut out right here, right? But because I want to run the grommets to give it a little bit of cushion, these need to be drilled out to like an inch or so, right? Pretty big hole. And all the drill bits that we have doled out on like that last one before the hole that we needed. Typical Harbor Freight stuff. But we ran out of drill bits. Also, the battery for the rigid kept dying, and we didn't even get a full circle out of this one. So gotta buy material tomorrow and all that to fully drill it out so we can, you know, mock it up and then weld it up to the traction bar, figure out all the ins and outlets of the radiator barb to the radiator to thermostat housing and upper coolant neck. But again, if you guys watch all the fabrication stuff I do here on the channel, it's literally like the same stuff that I do all the time. And the latest one, which is the all-wheel drive EJ8 Coupe, I did the radiator brackets and intercooler for that one. So you guys want to see how I do it, check out some of the fabrication stuff. But anyways, aside from the radiator not being installed today, we did do some other things, right? Sorry for it being kind of dark. Slimeball did all the alternator stuff, which I'll show you guys right now. He put the alternator on, all secured, cleaned it up, ran all the power cables and wires secured. Just got to get the belt on there and tension it up, which he has brand new in the box, right? Yeah, he has a brand new one. While he was doing that, I came over here, extended the map sensor, TPS sensor, and the IAT sensor, which is this guy right there. The reason being is because this is a 5-speed RSX base harness. And if you guys don't know, the RSX 5-speed base harness, it's set up for the plastic manifold where the butterfly valve for the throttle is on the outside and all the sensors and everything is on the inside. So all the wires were short here when you're configuring it for, like, say, a manifold like this. So had to extend all the wires. Not a big deal. Tomorrow get some aluminum, clean it all up, and IAT sensor long enough to put, you know, on the side of the intake or so right there. And we're making progress, man. This thing is like literally what, fluids. Don't need the radiator to be on. Probably throw the belt on. It needs a battery. He needs to grab a battery.
Fluids, and that's it.
Fuel. Gotta make sure we have fuel pressure, because there is supposedly an AM pump in here, because this was obviously Bisimoto's 700 horsepower zoom cam. It has to have a fuel pump in it. The inside of the car is just some basic wiring. Slimeball already cleaned up a bunch of wiring down here near the ECU, but there's still some stuff that I want to take a look at, because when Busy had this car, he did a lot of inputs and outputs. So I got to clean up a lot of the stuff that aren't the OEM stuff, which are these guys here, right? And we're going to be using the Hybrid Racing K-Series conversion harness. This one right here actually came from the homie Javier from Florida with the fastest all-wheel drive Honda Accord. And we're going to be using that conversion harness to adapt to the K-Series harness here to run on an ECU, which I actually brought an extra K Pro out of the KRX. And we're not that far from, you know, getting this thing buttoned up to fire over. I'm really crossing fingers that we get out here early in the morning to get cracking on it and hopefully try to fire it over tomorrow without all the extra fabrication stuff that isn't really mandatory on the startup. And, you know, try to knock that out because his car is going to be showing up tomorrow as well too. So a lot's going to be getting down here in the next couple of days. We still got about 4 days till the show, and man, you know, as long as we put in the hours and focus on just getting stuff done, his car, his brother's car, will make it to the Honda meet. So I'm gonna cap you guys off right here. Sorry to leave you off hanging, and I hope you guys stick around for the following videos to come, because we're gonna do work, man. We're gonna do work. 2 badass cars is gonna come out this garage here soon, and you know, hopefully the world better be prepared for it. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, our arrival here to SoCal, a little bit of wrenching on the wagon, a little bit of snippet of Slimeball's car. If you guys enjoyed this one, be sure to leave a thumbs up. If you guys want to stick around for the first startup on this car, the wagon, and possibly his car as well too, because 4 days, we're going to put in some work. If you guys want to stick around for the startup of these 2 cars, man, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Holy shit, where's your gas at? Is it on?
It's on.
Oh, it is on. That bitch fucking went.